So you are learning Mandarin Chinese, but when you speak, natives have trouble understanding you, or without the tones and accents, you can't figure out what they are saying. Why does this happen? 1. You don't know how natives really produce the sounds differently from your mother tongue. So you end up pronouncing things like 吱吱吱 and 叽叽叽 pretty much the same way. Like pronouncing 继续 as 继续.
Star of the upcoming movie 注意地掌声技术注意地注意地掌声技术注意地
But with 叽叽叽, our tones have to curve down in a way that never happens in English or most other languages. It's quite easy to do, but the majority of teachers just tell you are doing it wrong or even nothing, not how to fix it. When it comes to tones, you might think, I'm just tone deaf. But in reality, if you can understand sarcastic, joking, or angry intonations in your own language, you definitely aren't tone deaf. Tones are a lot simpler when we can map them to something that makes sense to us, give our brains enough input to digest it, and we need to train our ears as well as vocal cords. Couple all this with the fact that pinyin is not a perfect system, and things can get pretty confusing. The I in 吱吱吱 and 滋滋滋 and 叽叽叽 are actually 3 different sounds, and the letter E in pinyin also has multiple sounds too. 歌, 耶, 恩, You might have already noticed they are different, but most books won't tell you how to pronounce them correctly, or they give you a really bad approximation into your native language. Why else might you struggle? You probably don't have a clear roadmap to help you master speaking and listening. When learning Chinese, courses usually spend a day or 2, maybe a week tops, only on pronunciation, i.e. vowels, consonants, and tones, leaving you to try to figure it out on your own later. Or some people even just tell you tones don't matter, and they have more subscribers than mine. Tons of misconceptions like this are still being spread like crazy on the internet by people calling themselves Chinese teachers, which just ends up confirming Chinese learners' fears. Mandarin is just too difficult to learn. Also, most of the time, you don't have a high-quality support system, like a learning group with people who are passionate about helping each other and marching towards this goal together, or an experienced and professional instructor to be there showing you the next step. What happens then? You end up giving up on your solo Mandarin learning journey. Things are never supposed to be this, but now you've got someone to help you out with solutions and answers to all the problems I mentioned before. And for the first time, you'll find your Mandarin voice with clear Chinese tones and proper pronunciation when using the most spoken language in the world. Sup everyone, this is Rita aka 范老师, your accent coach and a Chinese teacher with over 10 years of experience. I've been turning down so many students who ask for tutoring this year because I've been making this online training program. Having worked in Chinese and American universities, Ivy League college intensive Chinese programs, private language schools, and running my own company doing long-term training programs with movie companies and embassies, I wanted my decade of experience in Chinese teaching to serve more Mandarin learners now. My new program, Finding Your Mandarin Voice, is finally here. It's going to be split up into 6 courses focusing on the building blocks of Mandarin Chinese pronunciation, i.e. tones, the individual sounds, and then progressing into how we put these words together, proper sentence intonation, and also how we drop and connect sounds entirely. I take all the guesswork out of your studying. The courses are structured in a step-by-step format with over 100 short video lessons that make the information easy to digest. And then you get hundreds of audio files and homework to help your brain absorb and internalize what we learn. I've refined these methods over thousands of hours of classes from students at levels from beginners to distinguished from different countries, plus countless discussions with the most successful learners and researchers out there. Mastering these areas through my training system will help you not only speak better Mandarin, but also greatly improve your listening when watching TV shows, listening to podcasts and music, or having actual conversations with natives in Mandarin. You can learn the course all at your own pace, anytime, anywhere, no matter if you are in the car, on a trip, or just hanging out at home. Just stick to one of the plans that I offer in the course. And remember, you are not alone here. My exclusive student group will give you a place to ask questions, chat with other learners, and interact with me directly. And every month, there will be a live stream to answer your questions and give you additional recommendations for materials to practice. Now, who is this course for anyway? When it comes to finding your Mandarin voice, it doesn't matter if you haven't learned Ni Hao yet or you've been learning for over 10 years. Anyone can benefit from this program. Even some non-native Mandarin teachers in the US and Europe who speak Mandarin very fluently might still have room to improve their pronunciation and tones. But as long as you are willing to put in the work and practice into a better pronunciation, this course is for you. And if you just started learning Mandarin, even better. When I teach and train students one-on-one, they are spending thousands of dollars to go through all the content and the whole training process. But currently, I'm offering a pre-sale for students who want to join and lock in a cheaper price. The course will officially launch on Monday, January 3rd, and it will only get more expensive by then. But for this pre-sale, you get lifetime access for only $197, at least 35% off the regular price, without subscriptions or any extra payments. Before January 3rd, you'll get early access to key lessons, chat with me closely, and working together in our exclusive student community, plus monthly live stream course and discussion. At the end of the day, speaking a language is not all about how many words you've learned or the grammar you've studied, but how you train yourself to use it like a real skill. In my program, we don't waste time on explaining words or grammar, which are the easier parts of Mandarin learning. But we just focus on honing your Mandarin sounds and mastering the highest frequency expressions and structures. Click the link up here or down below, or just head to ritachinese.com to see what my students say about my class, sign up, and join Rita's Chinese Academy. Remember, with 范老师, Chinese makes perfect sense. See you in my course.